there's only one rule you must follow to stop procrastinating. So a few years ago, in 2022, I had some extra classes, like math classes, okay? So basically I was just finishing a class, you get what I mean? Just finishing, okay, no. And before I just left there, you get what I mean? She gave me some homework, some exercises that were quite similar to the exercises that I just did on that class, okay? She gave me that, okay, pretty nice, blah, 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 blah. But the problem was that basically the last day I had to do the homework because I had a whole week, you get what I mean? Basically it was a Monday and I had to get it done on Thursday, and she gave me on the last Thursday, and basically it was Monday, 7 p.m. and I still didn't do the homework. I still didn't got done the homework, you get what I mean? And that was a very big problem. So instead of doing the homework, what I did, I just went to lunch with my family, okay, pretty nice, have a conversation, blah, 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 blah. The problem was that at 9 p.m. I still didn't do it. At 10 p.m. still didn't got it done. At 11 p.m. thinking about it. At midnight, that's when I decided to actually do it, you get what I mean? So yeah, I started doing it, okay, banana, pretty nice. Pick up the paper, pick up all the things that I had to like put in some music on just to feel a little bit motivated to do it. But there were two reasons why I couldn't get it done. The first reason, which is not the biggest reason, but it didn't help, was that it was midnight, I was kind of tired, and yeah, that's a problem. But the second reason, which was the reason why I could get it done, was because like she gave me the homework basically almost a week. Like she gave me the homework like basically almost a week ago. So I basically didn't remember like how to do the exercises, you know what I mean? So I tried my very, very, very best to just remember how to do it, but I couldn't. I think I did a little bit of something, but it was kind of shit, couldn't do it, you know what I mean? So what was 1 a.m., you know what I mean? And I decided like, yeah, I just better sleep, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to wake up early to go to school, you know what I mean? I think I even thought about like maybe waking up a little bit earlier to do the homework. I don't remember if I did, but if I did, I just could not do it, you get what I mean? And then what happened is that basically after school, the another day after school, you get what I mean? I just like said to her, yeah, like I didn't have time. Which was like a complete lie, but she was like, yeah, I understand. In her mind, she was probably thinking like, you're fucking lazy, something like that, you know what I mean? And my parents got to know, you know what I mean? They say like, why did I lie, you know what I mean? Because of course I lied, you know what I mean? I had a lot of time. And even if I didn't have time, which is, of course, was not true, you always can sleep instead of 8 hours, you can sleep 7 hours and have an extra hour. So you always have time, you know what I mean? And it was incredible in a bad way that happened. That like I had a whole week. That homework was not that difficult, you know what I mean? I had a lot of time and I still didn't do it, you know what I mean? And I think there's one reason that did not help me, because I was not doing that specific thing, like the one rule that I'm talking about in this video, okay? So before I start, just don't forget to subscribe and let's start, okay? And this one rule that these days, I think is a rule that everybody should follow. You got. I think it's a rule that everybody should be doing. You got. I mean, that's why I think it's a rule. You got. I mean, because I think it's one of the things that help you the most to not procrastinate, which is a routine. Okay. And I think it's a routine. I think it's something that the parents of the nerd. When I say nerds, I'm saying basically the best students. Usually the parents of the best students, they have like kind of a routine. Or you at 10 p.m. you have to go to sleep. You have this specific time to play video games, and then before you play video games, you have to get done all the things. You know what I mean? They're more organized. You know what I mean? For example, in school as well, we always have a routine. You know what I mean? Like from this time to this time, we have to do this. There's a break. Imagine if you did not have a routine, you know what I mean? It would be complete chaos, you know what I mean? A routine is so good because it organizes yourself, you know what I mean? And you just don't end up wasting time. For example, imagine in the military, if they didn't have like a routine. In the military, for what I know, like basically for everything they're going to do, they have a routine. Okay, from this time to this time, with this, boom, 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 boom. So having a routine is like the best thing you can do. And the reason why I procrastinated so much was just because I didn't have a routine. I was just like, my day was just like, basically was just like, you can do it whenever, when you want, basically, you know what I mean? So you basically have like, you don't have like a specific time you have to get done, you know what I mean? So I just ended up delaying the tasks, you know what I mean? Which is a complete, like, it's a problem, you know what I mean? And it's sad because, like, even though in school have a routine there, they never like teach us about how the importance of a routine. They never like say that, you know what I mean? I know that if you get a job, you have a routine on that job, but the truth is not just in the job on that specific thing that is good to have a routine. Even like outside from that, on a daily basis, on the things that you're going to do that's not like the job, the school, is always good to have like a routine, you know what I mean? It's better to have a routine to not have, because if you don't have a routine, you have a routine called chaos. Just waste a bunch of time, you end up procrastinating as I did, you know what I mean? So that's very, very important. And probably that you have in your mind is that, having a routine, it's more boring. What I'm going to tell you right now is that having a routine, it actually makes it more fun. Think about the nerds, the best students, basically. No offense to them, but the best students to them, basically. They have usually more routine that their parents set up to them. But imagine when they're playing some video games after getting all the things that they had to do, they're actually like having more fun than the guys that just don't have a routine. They are delaying the homework and blah, 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 and just procrastinate on the things, you know what I mean? Or maybe just doing some things, but it's all kind of disorganized, and then you end up just like going to sleep at 2 a.m., you know what I mean? And then you're like kind of sleep deprived. When you have, for example, nerds, you know what I mean, basically the best students, you know what I mean, they always like go to sleep on time, you know what I mean, they actually are having more fun than you. They're having better grades, you know what I mean, they're actually having more fun than the guys that are not, you know what I mean. I actually had a pretty bad grades, but I didn't want to pursue school, you know what I mean, but you can understand, like, it's actually more fun when you have a routine, okay? Let give me some more examples. In the weekend, you're probably thinking, no, I would never have a routine in the weekend. The weekend is to enjoy. The truth is, you're actually going to enjoy more the weekend if you have a routine. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have a routine, the enjoyment that you're going to spend a lot of your enjoyment, not like doing something you kind of want to do, like maybe watch a movie. No, you spend like maybe 4-6 hours for example, Saturday or Sunday scrolling TikTok, which, you know, like, you actually was not the thing that you actually wanted to do. Bro, let me ask you a question. Does everybody, like, on Fridays, like, think, yeah, I'm really hoping for the weekend to scroll on TikTok for 6 hours? Nobody is doing that. But you don't have a routine, so you're just like, yeah, I can do whatever the fuck you want, so yeah, let me just check my phone here, and then you just end up wasting a lot of time. But when you have a routine, imagine like, it's the way that you want, the fun way, but you have a routine. So you basically imagine, like, you say, you wake up this time, and you eat breakfast from this time to this time, and then you watch the movie from this time to this time, and you do this thing from with your friends from this time to this time, and then other things, you know what I mean? But you don't have just no routine, because the fun things are usually, for example, watching movies is of course more fun than scrolling TikTok. The reason why routine is actually makes you more fun even on the weekend when you want to do fun things, and when you think that not having a routine is more fun, is because if you don't have a routine, you're going to end up spending time doing things that are not that fun, but you just are addicted to it, like just scrolling TikTok, you know what I mean? And when it's a productive day, like Monday and Saturday, when you have a routine, it's actually more fun because you just end up getting done all the things. You end up not wasting your time. When you don't have a routine, it's even less fun because you just waste your time. You end up like wasting 4 hours every day just doing nothing, you know what I mean? When you have all this specific time to do a certain thing, you're always doing something, you know what I mean? And you just end up having more fun. And I used to be the guy that didn't have a routine for a very long time, and I promise to you, have less fun. And the more close that you are to being consistent in your routine, the more it's fun. Maybe you have a routine, but you do usually 80% of what's in the routine. The more you get close to 100, the more it's more fun. That's maybe you don't believe on me, but just give it a try. At least try it, you get what I mean? Because I really promise to you, and that's in my experience, it's way more fun, and you're more productive. You waste less time, and it's way more easy to not procrastinate. That's like one of the, I think it's like probably like the biggest rule to productivity, and obviously the biggest rule, the rule that you must follow to not procrastinate, you get what I mean? And even in productivity in general, I think it's one of the most best tactics to improve your productivity, you get what I mean? But yeah, okay, so how do you create your routine, okay? To create your routine, you basically go on Google Calendar and just set up the time to wake up, set up the time, bedtime. And something I want to tell you is like, it should be always the same, even in the weekends. Even in the weekend, okay? Always the same. Try to, for example, if you have some days that you can wake up more early and some days that you can wake up more early, what I recommend is to just like, instead of just being like one day it's 7, one day is 8, try to every day 7:30. The more consistent it is, it's better for your brain because you just don't have to think about it. It's like easy. You just already have the alarm that's always, it's like it's way more clear to your mind. It's always the same. And like the reason why you should do in the weekend, apart from the fact that it's going to be better for your not procrastinate and to have even a more fun day, is that there's something that I've just learned recently, but there's actually studies, people talking saying that the most important thing so that you can like get a good quality of sleep is to actually, it's actually about not the quantity of hours that you sleep, but the consistency. And everybody, you know, like they like, the difference between their time is probably 1, 2, 3 hours. One day is 9 p.m., one day is 11 p.m., one day is 10 p.m., one day is 2 a.m. And bro, from the studies, they actually say that it should just change like maximum 15 minutes. So it's one day maybe 9, one day maybe 9:15. So, and you know that you're not doing that. So you gotta do that. You gotta start doing that because that's the most important thing. That like basically consistency is the more important if you want to get a better night of sleep. This is just a side point, but it's just something that I'm telling you to convince you to do this, because you're probably going to start, oh, you know what I mean? But you're going to end up procrastinating less if you wake up at the same time. This is just something that's going to help you. And when I say procrastinate, for example, if you always have like a different time, or you're not a specific time, maybe there are some days you're just going, especially in the weekends, just going to sleep more hours. For what? You already slept enough, bro. Why are you going to sleep more? You probably don't even exercise that much. So you're not like an athlete that maybe has to sleep a little more. No, like, you don't actually have to sleep that much more, you get what I mean? Or maybe sleep for 9 hours, but sometimes there's people like that just like stay in bed for more like 4 hours when they're just lazy, you get what I mean? But when you have like all this specific time to wake up, you don't end up spending that hours, you get what I mean? Because I remember sometimes like that in the weekend I just like used to stay up so much late, but then you wake up kind of at like 2 p.m. and then sometimes you just wake up kind of depressed, like, oh, it's already 2 p.m. the day is already finishing. Sometimes when the day ends very quickly, it gets dark very quickly. Imagine like you wake up and after a couple hours it's already dark, but you kind of get depressed a little bit. It's just not good, you get what I mean? Staying up late, of course, not good, you get what I mean? That's the way I'm convincing you to not stay up late is by the thing that I learned recently, which is about the consistency, the most important part. Means at the same time, it's always good, you get what I mean? When you're going to work, or you're doing the homework, or you're going to study, put always like a specific time, for example, after school, or after work, whatever. Just an example. Okay, from this time to this time, get it all the things that I have to get done, and then the next part, this is an interesting part, because you're probably thinking, okay, set up the times that I'm going to eat, times I'm going to wake up, or the time to work, but you're thinking about that. I don't have to put nothing on my routine of the things that of the fun things, basically the things that you want to do to relax. You get what I mean? But usually you actually should put there, like if you're going to watch Netflix, you actually should put there, watch Netflix. The reason why, it's because if you don't do that, as I already said, you're going to just end up like just doing some bullshit. That's not actually that fun, but you're addicted to it. You're going to end up scrolling TikTok, wasting a bunch of time, just scrolling on Instagram, just doing fucking nothing. But imagine like you say, let's watch the movie at 5 p.m. But then you like just wait a lot of time, and then you just start the movie at 5:47. You wasted 47 minutes of your day just doing shit. So I recommend you to do that, okay? And the reason as well why it's good to do that, you get what I mean? And it's never good to have like blank space. Basically, it's never good to have the time that you're like, oh, it's free time. Let me choose whatever the fuck I'm going to do. Because you're just going to seek addiction, degeneracy. You're just going to end up just doing shit. You're just going to, okay, let's just drink some Coca-Cola. Or when you always just have free time, that's when you seek degeneracy and things like that. There's actually, I heard that in the Bible says that free time is basically, it's what the devil wants to you, you get what I mean? Because that's, as I always said, when you seek degeneracy, don't never have free time. Okay, if you're going to have a nap, schedule the time that you're going to have a nap. If you're going to watch Netflix with your friends or whatever, schedule that you're going to do that, you get what I mean? Never put some free time, because you're just going to end up doing shit. It's always that's good that you're busy. Whether you're doing watching Netflix or working, it's always good that you're busy, not having the free time that you think that you want, but you don't want because you actually don't have that much fun. You get what I mean? So it's a very, 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 it's a side point, you get what I mean? But it's something very, very interesting, you get what I mean? But from my experience, yeah, the free time, that's not what you want. You want is maybe to do that 15, that's fun. But the free time that you can do whatever the fuck you want, no, that's not what you want. It's not fun, okay? So yeah, this is the rule. Basically, you should have a routine. Once you have a routine, bro, it's way more easy to not procrastinate. Once you don't have a routine, you have the routine called a chaos. So this is the rule that you must follow to stop procrastinate. You get what I mean? And from my experience, this really, really worked out really well for me. So yeah. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'm saying to subscribe second time, but yeah, maybe you didn't want the first time. So if you think the video was valuable and you think I helped you, subscribe, okay? So, and give me a like, something like that, okay? So I hope I helped you better, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.